Right now in British Columbia, condos are selling for $400,000 that were listed at $650,000 2 years ago. Detached homes in Fraser Valley have lost six figures in value in under 18 months. And while the headlines are calling this a correction, the math feels very different. If you own property in BC or anywhere in Canada, what I'm about to show you could save you from a very expensive mistake. Now, here's the rules for the video. We're starting with BC, specifically Greater Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, but it's mainly because the data coming out of March 2026 is genuinely quite alarming. Then I'm going to show you why this isn't just a BC problem. The same math applies whether you're in Ontario, Alberta, or Atlantic Canada. And then I'm going to give you an actual strategy, the exact move you can make right now, depending on whether you're currently looking to buy, whether you own, or you're just stuck in a renewal. No rate predictions, no hype, just math, cash flow, and an escape plan. Let's look at the hard data. According to Royal LePage's latest forecast, Greater Vancouver's aggregate home price is expected to fall another 3.5% by Q4 of 2026. Detached homes down 5%, and that's an optimistic scenario from a real estate company that has every incentive to paint a rosy picture. But here's the number that really tells the story. Right now in Coquitlam alone, there's between 2,000 to 3,000 unsold condo units, and many more are completing construction this year. That's not a correction. That's a tidal wave of supply hitting the market where buyers have completely left the chat. Now, you might be thinking, Myles, I don't live in Vancouver. Why the heck should I care? Here's why. The same pattern. Oversupply, stalling sales, detached prices holding where condos crater is playing out in Toronto, where inventory just hit record highs. It's happening in Calgary. It's even starting in Halifax. BC is just 12, 18 months ahead of where the rest of the country is going. Think of Vancouver as your, I hate to say it, but crystal ball. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They see these headlines and they do one of three things. They either panic sell, they panic buy thinking they're getting a great deal, or they freeze completely and do nothing. And I'm going to be direct with you. All three of those emotional responses, they're not strategies. They're exactly that, an emotional response. If you're a homeowner right now and your home lost $150,000 in value on paper, your instinct is to hold and pray. Hope that rates drop and prices bounce. But hope is, once again, not a strategy. Let's run the numbers on a real scenario. You bought a two-bedroom condo in Burnaby in 2022 for $650,000 with 10% down. Your mortgage was $585,000. Today, that same unit is worth about $520,000. You're underwater by roughly $65,000. And this leaves you with three general paths. Path one is to hold on and hope. So you've got your mortgage, you've got strata costs, maybe there's some special levies. Figure out what you're bleeding per month. And when it boils down to it, if that bleed is being allocated to things like credit cards, lines of credit, or putting you into a position where you're going further and deeper into debt, well, holding might not be the right call. And that is a decision that is going to dig the hole even deeper. So that puts us to path two, which is to sell at a loss. So now we're looking at selling. So we've got realtor fees, plus mortgage penalties, plus that $65,000 gap. This is painful stuff to talk about, but sometimes the cost of staying, especially if it's putting you further into debt and making things worse for you, is higher than the cost of leaving. Now, path three is something that I personally help a lot of people with, the strategic refinance, where we refinance before or at renewal. We pull equity or do whatever we can to reduce your monthly costs and improve your monthly cash flow and put you in a position where you can maintain that property and hold it. Yes, this is going to set you back on paying your house off. Yes, this is going to cost you more in interest. But at the end of the day, if it means you don't have to sell at a loss, and if it means you don't have to go into further bad debt, such as credit cards, unsecured lines of credit, private mortgages, if I see one more credit bureau with a private Fairstone second on it, I'm going to lose it. These sort of products like that are literally designed to cost you as much as possible and be almost impossible to pay off. I recently ran into a refinance where we had to pay one out because people got into trouble. And to be honest with you, the penalties and costs of the refinance were less than 1 year of interest cost because of that private second. So sometimes that refinance and that strategic refinance, which I specialize in, can be incredibly beneficial and save you thousands of dollars. All right, This is where I'm going to talk about something that I am absolutely certain you've seen on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever you're looking on. And I guarantee you, if you've followed me, you've seen me talk about it before. We're going to talk about mortgage renewals. If your mortgage is coming up for renewal in the next 6 to 18 months, this is your window. And instead of guessing, let's actually run some real numbers for your specific situation. You don't have to renew with your current lender, and you don't have to take the terms offered. If you're struggling with your payments and you're up for renewal, you can do things penalty-free. You can change lenders, you can increase your amortization, you can do all sorts of things. You just need someone to help you realize those opportunities and someone who can tell you whether it's going to be beneficial for you or not. And that's where people like me step in. That's where mortgage brokers step in to help clients understand these scenarios. Now, if you're a first-time homebuyer watching prices drop and you're tempted to jump in, the math actually kind of supports that right now. But, and this is the important part, it only supports it if you are preparing right now and if you're ready to purchase a home. That means things like using the FHSA account and maxing it out or getting close to maxing it out. And if you want information on the FHSA account and why it kicks a whole ton of butt, click right up here. I did a video on that. It's the greatest account first-time homebuyers have ever had. The other thing you want to make sure is your debt is cleaned up. Make sure you have a low debt amount. You want to make sure that you're not using all of your credit. You want to make sure that when a lender looks at your credit bureau, they don't see you being over-leveraged. And what I mean by that is trying to make sure you have 30% or less of your available credit being utilized. The last thing you want to do is make sure you've talked to someone about getting a pre-approval or a rate hold locked in. We are seeing rates go up, they go down, but if you've locked into a rate hold and rates go up, you're protected. You get the lower rate. If they go down, we request a rate drop, you get the lower rate. It works either way. You want to make sure you're not scrambling when the window opens for you to put an offer on a house. You want to make sure all your ducks in a row. So you go in, you put your offer in, you buy the house, you're off to the races. And if you're watching from Ontario, Alberta, or Atlantic Canada, it's the same playbook. The numbers will be a little bit different, but the strategy is going to be identical. Know your numbers, know your timelines, and don't let headlines make decisions for you. Use math, use professionals, and make decisions based on you and your life, not someone else's. And if you want help mapping that out for your specific mortgage, there's a link in the description below where you can book a call with me and my team. There's no pressure, just clarity. And if you want some more information on where we think rates are going right now, you can click right over here. My name is Myles Nowik, owner of the Nowik Mortgage Team, powered by Andy Mortgage. And if you got any value out of this video, maybe hit that like and subscribe button so more people like you can see it. It helps me grow the channel, and I truly appreciate it. And if you have any opinions on this stuff or questions, put them down in the comments below. Might be able to answer some questions for you, and maybe you can help someone who might have questions themselves. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next video.